Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.
Gandhi once said, "Today I have twice as much to do, therefore I must meditate for twice as long." I've taken that, I bastardize it, and what I say is, today I have twice as much to do, therefore I must plan for twice as long. Not just today, of course, it could be this week, this month, it could be the year ahead. It's absolutely essential that you start to plan ahead if you don't do so already. Welcome to the Leveling Up Podcast with me, George Swift. The Leveling Up Podcast is here to give you the personal development, the entrepreneurial development, and the business growth that you, the ambitious business owner, desires. I'm here to give you the inspiration and motivation, but above all else, to challenge your aspirations to take you and your business to the next level. Don't forget, subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode. Hello and welcome. It is Friday, and therefore we're going to do a Friday 5-minute fix. They are really 5 minutes. However, they are smaller bite-sized chunks of nuggets of inspiration designed to take you into the weekend, to ponder upon, to come out on Monday all guns blazing. Today I want you to recap over the week you've just done, but I also want you to think about the week ahead before you close the laptop, before you shut down the office, before you lock the doors, before you go into your Friday evening and into your weekend and then whatever, just stumble out into business on Monday wondering where the hell you are. Take some time just to plan ahead, to set up next week, and then to take that habit into each day, into each week, into each month, and then into each year. It's absolutely essential that you start to plan ahead. If you don't plan ahead, then you're literally just winging it. You're waking up, you're reacting to whatever's confronting you that day. Whatever appears in that moment, you'll react to it. And as I've said many times before, and I'll continue to say, I'm sure beyond this, action always beats reaction. You want to be on your agenda, you want to be working towards your goals, your vision, and therefore you need to map that out. You need to plan ahead. Otherwise, other people's agendas, the world's agenda will creep in, and before you know it, you'll be on somebody else's or something else's agenda, and you'll be reacting to that rather than acting on your own plans, your own goals, and your own vision. It's really simple to do. I get it, especially if you're busy. People tend to feel that they haven't got enough time to plan. That's why I said what I said right at the outset of this episode, which is the more you have to do, the more important it is to plan. And that's a message you've got to reprogram into your unconscious. You've got to get your brain to realize that that moment of pause, that inhale, that moment of composing yourself to think about what's in store, to think about what's ahead before you start to react and before you start to take action is absolutely imperative. It's not hard to do. It just takes a little bit of discipline to make sure that you do it consistently over the long term, because of course that's how it's going to play out best for you. That's how it's going to work best for you. Each morning you wake up, and before you start, just take 10 minutes or so to map out your day. Think about your intentions. Think about your meetings, your sales opportunities. Look at your diary and just really familiarize yourself with what it is you're doing that day, but also making sure you're doing the things you need to be doing, making sure you're doing the things that are moving you forward on your agenda and your goals, and also to prime yourself with the outcomes and the objectives that you are seeking in that given day. At the end of that day, you recap on what you have done and you set up the next day. The next morning you wake up and you repeat. This brings focus to each day, but fundamentally if each day isn't focused on the bigger plan, then of course it's still only going to have a marginal impact, and that's why it's so important that you align your days with the planning that you do for your week. Personally, before you shut down shop on a Friday, you want to refresh what you've done, recap on what you've done, set yourself up for the following week. Now, me personally, I tend to do a lot of planning on a Sunday night. I get it, that's not for everybody. But you want to do it away from the coalface. You want to do your planning away from where you're going to be called upon to start to react. If you can be super disciplined on a Monday morning to wake up and give yourself a good half hour, maybe even up to an hour to plan out that week without getting distracted, then you can do this first thing on a Monday morning. I prefer Sunday night, Tracy, my partner in life and in the business, she does hers on Sunday night as well. You can do it on the Friday night, but do it away from the coalface. Of course, then you're going to have more impact, more focus. Now you've got focus to your days, which is aligns to your focus for the week. Of course, to power that up, we want to make sure that we have a plan for that month. And then we want to make sure that that month is in alignment with the plan we have for our year. And of course, if we did all of our planning right at the beginning of the year, that's in alignment with our ultimate vision, our ultimate destiny of where we want to take our business, where we want to take our life. Once we set out our plans, then we can start to actualize those plans. We can start to deliver against those plans. And fundamentally, that's how you're going to stay on that agenda and you're going to achieve those goals and those outcomes. However, even the best laid plans, the best, most well thought out plans still become redundant pretty quickly. So you can't just do a plan once and then just think you're going to stick to that. Just like sailing a vessel across the sea. You have your plan, you have your journey, you know where you want to go. But of course, there's all these unforeseen circumstances that may get in the way of that, and you might have to deviate your course to some degree. A big storm on the horizon, you're not going to stick to your plan and plow straight through that. You're going to tack and you're going to go around that storm. Maybe something else happens on board and you're going to have to adapt your plan. What you want to always do is keep your end point in focus. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm getting to. Let's say I'm sailing from Dublin to New York. I never lose sight on the fact that I want to get to New York. I don't lose sight on the fact that I want to get to New York by a certain time on a certain day. And then I have this plan, which, if nothing else changes, will take me there. Inevitably, things will change very quickly. I adapt the plan. So you adapt your longer term plan, the year plan, as you need to make sure you're on track for the longer term destination. You then adapt through your months, you adapt through your weeks, you adapt through your days. And that's how you stay on track. The plan itself is unlikely to remain intact. However, the plan, which is an evolving plan, will actually continue to take you to your end destination as long as you keep adapting the plan as need be as you get pulled off of that plan. So for me, if you don't do any planning at all, start with at least planning for the week ahead. Start planning each day. Take that moment of time at the end of each day to set up the next, to remind yourself in the morning of what you've got on that day, to remind yourself of your agenda, your focus. If you can do it for the week, brilliant. If you can take that into the month, even better. If you bring it to the year, even more power to you. Have an awesome weekend. Make sure you do get on your planning game. I promise you it will pay off. If you are at a loose end at any point this weekend and you want to check out a little bit more about what we're doing at Bigger, Brighter, Bolder and our success groups, please do go and check us out at www.biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. If you're ready for a conversation, want to talk to us about how we can help you get to the next level, then please reach out to my partner in life and in business, Tracy Miller, at tracy.miller@biggerbrighterbolder.co.uk. I'll drop those links in the descriptions of this episode, as well as other links to other resources you might want to check out. They're all designed to help you on this ongoing entrepreneurial journey. I look forward to seeing you next week. We'll do it all over again. Until then, as always, be successful.
Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.